You guys are going to have to check this out, and I'm glad I have the paperwork on hand to prove that this is what's true, because everybody loved JFK, for a Democrat president. Oh, I mean, he was something else. Man, he got killed in Texas, so on and so forth. Anyway, this is for a proposed plan of the general and complete disarmament of the United States. The offer was made in Kennedy's speech to the opening session of the United Nations on September 25th, 1961. It was formalized a few days later by the publication of State Department Document 7277, entitled Freedom from War. The United States Program for General and Complete Disarmament in a Peaceful World. Under this official published 3-stage disarmament plan, nuclear tests would be banned, production of nuclear weapons would be done with, unmanned bombers done away with, and all the arms and stuff would be transferred to the United Nations. Development of anti-missiles and other things would be abandoned. Now, use of outer space for other than peaceful projects would be permitted. Conventional armed forces and weapons would be reduced by transferring control over to the U.S. and other troops to the United Nations, so that no state, including the U.S., would have the military power to challenge the progressively strengthened United Nations Peace Force. Even shotguns and hunting rifles owned by private citizens could be affected. Now, if the American people knew about the scheme, there would be nationwide uproar that would have made the reaction to the Eldridge Hess scandal look like another era of good feelings by comparisons. Americans haven't known what's happening. Yeah, they laugh off the entire disarmament program. The typical reaction to the disarmament proposals has been, "Don't worry, they're just talking." Wrong. Congress passed Public Law 87-297, creating the agency one day after Kennedy made his disarmament proposals to the United Nations. It's charged with managing disarmament, negotiation, conducting technical research in the disarmament field, and interesting a public relations campaign to condition the American people to accept disarmament. Now, that stuff came from, I got zoomed way too much. I don't dare call it treason. This is not good stuff. Okay, now here, looky here. This is a copy of one that I think I got the original copy still around here someplace. I made a bunch of these. I give them to people, and they kind of like to throw them away. The Freedom from War, the United States Program for General and Complete Disarmament in a Peaceful World. Looky there. Department of the State Publication, 7277, Disarmament Series Number 5, released September 1961, Office of Public Affairs. Cost, 15 cents. Hang on, people. There must be an immediate disarmament actions. I'm not going to go through all this because it takes a whole lot of time, people, to get through this. There's a nuclear strategies to keep the peace. Let's see. During stage 2, develop further peacekeeping. Processing the United Nations. The United Nations can effectively bring in stage 3 to deter or suppress any threat. They're going to have the only army. The UN peace force shall be established and progressively strengthened. States that don't agree any further, well, they're shit out of luck. By the time that stage 3 has been completed, the confidence produced through a verified disarmament program, the acceptance of rules of peace, international behavior, and development of a strengthened international peacekeeping process within the framework of the UN should have been reached, a point where the states of the world can move forward to stage 3. Stage 3, progress disarmament and continue developing principles. Pursuit of international law would proceed. Hang on, people. This is not easy to turn. Why isn't it coming in? Anyway, it says, states will only retain such forces as non-nuclear argument and establishment within the purpose of maintaining internal order. They would also support and provide agreed manpower for the UN Peace Force. The UN Peace Force, equipped with agreed types and qualities of armament, shall be fully functioning. The manufacture of armaments would be prohibited except by those agreed types and quantity used by the UN peacekeeping forces and those to maintain internal order. All other armaments will be destroyed or converted to a peaceful purpose. All other armaments would be destroyed or converted to a peaceful purpose. Now, Kennedy was under the impression that the communists that were in his area, in his era of life, that these people, you know, they had finally got submissive, you know, and they wanted peace, and he bought into it because after World War II, people were really sick and tired of war. And then the Korean War come by, and it just escalated to the point people go, I'm tired of war, I'm tired of war, I'm tired of war, I'm tired. So then they come up with this idea, okay, freedom from war, the United States program for general and complete disarmament in a peaceful world. In this way, you know, I wrote something about this. The United Nations was a Trojan horse given to us by rich, powerful men under the guise of peace. Its purpose, to make laws and treaties, to make us submissive so that they can take over the country without firing a shot. And I sure wasn't wrong when I wrote that. Okay, that's enough for tonight. I got enough to do, people. Got some more stuff to get out. Thanks.